Mariska Yanatovich was born in Kyiv, but moved to Canada in 2014. One of her songs tells the true story of a single father who traveled to Moscow from his home in Mariupol to rescue his son and 2 daughters from Russian control. The Daughters of Donbass play a mixture of original compositions, Ukrainian traditional songs, and poetry with fresh musical arrangements. On stage, the musicians are joined by a teenager called Lisa, who asked we not use her full name because some members of her extended family are in Russian-controlled territory. Lisa is now 19, but just over 3 years ago, she says that she and her family were taken from their home in Mariupol and forced into different Russian filtration camps. Lisa says she was separated from her parents by Russian soldiers.
I turned my hand and saw how my mother started crying and screaming, "There is my daughter, let her go." And they are starting to yelling at her and said that she's supposed to shut up or they will kill her.
Lisa was later reunited with her mother and father and siblings. Unlike many others, speaking on stage, she breaks down in tears. Russia disputes the number of Ukrainian children who have been taken.
Yeah, they just
and
said
claims this is actually evacuating them from war zones. However, in March 2023, the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants for Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Commissioner for Children's Rights for the unlawful deportation of children.
the sympathetic report said
potential war crimes
20,000
against
kids
humanity.
stolen, but I'd heard years ago it was over 40,000.
Russians are doing everything in order to eradicate the identity.
Katarina Rashevska works in Kyiv at the Regional Center for Human Rights NGO and says that while almost 2,000 children have been returned, that's nowhere near enough.
Around 20,000 children should be returned as soon as possible because
What about the other 20,000?
against us.
40,000.
Rashevska says abducted children should be returned as part of any peace agreement.
If we are not able to guarantee the rights of our children, how we will be able to guarantee the security and the sustainable peace for our country?
This month, the Daughters of Donbass are releasing their first album, called Songs for Stolen Children, including this single with a poignant name, Foreign Land. As they tour the world, band members say they are singing for children who don't have a voice. Robbie Griffiths, NPR News, London.
Well, thanks. Daughters of Donbass.
This is NPR News.
And Donica Matinsky's trying to take him do it. The Putin captured Supreme Court would let him do it. So why are we even discussing anybody who's going to take citizenship away from thousands of kids a day in order to kidnap babies? He wants to kidnap thousands of babies a day.
I found myself again and again.
We're going to let Donica Matinsky do that? We got to stop him sometime before he gets to that point. So what are we stopping him for?
Magnetic.
Stop him for the evil, unlawful wars and kidnappings?
NPR. That's next hour on CPR.
Sorry.
Support for NPR comes from this station.
All right, sorry.
And from FJC.
Just wanted to hear a little bit of the news, but it was bad news. I hear that report on the Daughters of Donbass band. It's making music to help rescue the kids that Putin kidnapped from Ukraine. And they said 20,000 kids, but I heard over a year ago that it was over 40,000 kids. I don't know, maybe they've returned 20,000 so far. That would be good at least, but yeah, maybe they can save the other 20 or 40 or 60,000 kids, however many Putin's kidnapped. And maybe they can save all the kids that Donica Patinsky keeps kidnapping.
From NPR News, I'm Adrian Ma. In the days since the U.S. and Israel launched their war with Iran, Iran has retaliated by firing thousands of missiles and drones at Israel and neighboring Gulf Arab countries. But new data show how Iran has targeted one of those Gulf nations a lot more than the others. That's the United Arab Emirates. That's where NPR international correspondent Aya Batrawi is based, and she brings us this report on how the UAE has been caught in the crossfire.
Caught in the crossfire.
The U.S. and Israel launched war on Iran, killing its supreme leader.
Seems like they might have taken sides.
Dubai's skies quaked with a loud, unfamiliar boom. That sound of a missile being intercepted is unprecedented here. Dubai had never come under missile attack until now. On the first night of the war, phones nationwide rang out with the sound of emergency alerts, warning of more incoming missiles. Right now, it is pretty
I gotta
late
go,
here in
guys.
Dubai. It is 12:40
Good luck ending
a.m.
this terrible war,
and
though.
we're getting these
And
alerts
Donna
on our phones. We've
Kubatinsky
just
started. The
been
two
hearing
Putin
these
puppets started
interception
against another
explosions
Putin puppet.
overhead. This is at least the third
Figure that
wave
out.
of missile attacks on Dubai today. Debris from missile interceptions and drones sparked fires at five-star hotels, including on Dubai's palm-shaped artificial island, Dubai's airport, which is the world's busiest for international travel.